And breaking news from that special session about the future of immigration here in Florida continues today in Tallahassee. Channel 9 anchor Greg Wormuth has been monitoring developments live at the state capitol in Tallahassee since Sunday. Greg, and I understand an amendment is being debated right now on a new measure there at the Capitol behind you.
Yeah, we'll get to that in just a second. Basically, they are trying to fine-tune this before it goes to a vote. But as you mentioned, another day of high drama as the stakes are so high to thousands, if not millions of people here in the Sunshine State. Now, the floor votes were supposed to originally happen in the Senate at 1 o'clock. That was pushed back. The House also pushed back. And then at 3:36 this afternoon, they finally convened. One security officer outside when I went to check said, I guess it's a game of hurry up and wait. And now, within the last 30 minutes, major breaking news. Governor DeSantis was not happy that the special session that he called started and ended, and a second session started. And here are the details after our sources tell us that the White House has now gotten involved. Number one, provide financial penalties for government agencies who do not comply with this new law. That is new information. Also, enhance penalties for offenses committed by illegal aliens in Florida, automatic capital punishment for a murder. Also, establish programs for supplementing federal agencies so Florida can help out, and there will be certain programs with bonuses. I talked with a member of the Republican House, Rep. Mike Caruso, who said even with all of this going on and doing this to Donald Trump and trying to call it the Trump Act and shaming, if you will, Ron DeSantis, he still thinks that the governor may veto whatever is decided on this afternoon. Do you think the governor will or should veto it?
Oh, the governor should absolutely veto if HB 1 goes through as it is, definitely should veto it. Let me say here why, okay, that he should veto it. Because it's a facade. It's a facade to the people of Florida. It's a facade that they're trying to look in the Florida House and the Senate to look like they're doing something to address immigration, and they're not. It's a facade that people can go back to their neighborhoods, their communities, and feel safe because we took care of immigration in the Florida House and the Senate, and they cannot, okay? Because we've done, this bill, HB 1B, does absolutely nothing. In fact, I think it makes our policing of illegal immigrants even harder.
All right. Ron DeSantis also saying today that even with the changes put forth by the White House, this is still a weak version of what he proposed. Shannon Butler joins me. And again, they're trying to find some common ground. But Caruso said that the governor still may veto whatever comes out of here.
Yeah, if you all are keeping count, this is 3 different versions of the bill, and we've only been here since yesterday morning. This is a continuing process here in Tallahassee. What it looks like is there's a lot of cooks in this kitchen right now, including from Washington, D.C., and most of the day today, all lawmakers could do was sit and wait to see what happened next. It was a day of delays as legislative members waited as some changes to the Trump Act were hammered out. Lawmakers went into today's special session with a bill that the governor said would do nothing to solve immigration issues. And Republicans like Mike Caruso had already decided he would vote the proposed House bill down, calling it a boondoggle, wanting laws instead that are aligned with Trump's federal immigration orders.
We need to support that. And right now, the legislature, both sides of the House and Senate, aren't doing that.
And then a weigh-in from Washington as the White House asked for 8 updates to the Trump Act, a mandatory death penalty for any illegal that commits a capital crime, including murder, and then sentencing enhancements for illegal immigrant gangs, and creating a bonus program for officers who assist ICE. All changes creating a discussion on the floor, but outside these chambers, activists say there was already too much in the bill that would hurt undocumented workers in Florida who don't commit crimes, that are here working, going to school, and sitting their Sundays in church.
If we see state law trying to enforce federal immigration law, it's going to result in making all of us less safe and civil rights violations.
Now, just because this is going to vote likely this evening does not mean this is over. The governor can still veto this like we talked about it And it is still unclear at this moment if these changes will be enough to satisfy the governor. Because again, if you know anything about this governor, this is not what he wanted. This is not what he put forward. That's how he wanted it. All of these changes now, it still remains to be seen if he will work with them or he will kick this bill out.
We'll have to find out. We may find out that tonight, although they do not have to send the bill to the governor.
They do not.
Immediately. They can wait, delay that sending of whatever they agree upon over here. So the drama will continue. And again, this has got some big stakes here in Florida. We did learn through our sources that here in Tallahassee last night, 12 illegal immigrants were rounded up by ICE. So that was a headline maker here, but nothing like the headline, Darlene, that may come out of here in the next couple of hours. And of course, we'll be here watching and waiting. Reporting live in Tallahassee, Greg Warmouth, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Yeah, Greg, just one moment there. 12 actually seems small when you think about what is happening in some other states across the country. But speaking of this bill, you and Shannon there are reporting on and really digging into this afternoon, law enforcement will need more money if this measure passes. What's being said about that?
They are talking about money. Originally yesterday, they were talking about hundreds of millions of dollars being available to boost the situation here in Florida for lawmakers. But again, that's just talk. What's actually in the bill and what's agreed upon will be the key point here. And again, as Shannon mentioned, no matter what they decide here, it would still need the governor's signature to become law. And right now, we don't know if he would sign it, calling this current version, his words, weak, weak, weak. We'll find out what happens. Back to you.